Good day, everyone. Hope you are beating the heat. By the time you're reading this, you may, or listening to this, you may have already beat the heat. Still looks pretty brutal out there. Hope you're having a great summer. I'm kind of getting a little tanner as the summer goes on. Lots of weekend days at the pool, and I hope you're getting to enjoy this as well. Um, Couple follow-ups. One, I read through some of your initial discussion posts. Really good stuff out there. Some of you did a really nice job of addressing the questions. Some of you could use a little more detail. I'll get to those when I get to the grading rubric. In your responses, try to think of anything practical, any practical applications. Maybe you could talk about what's something that you think might be what the speech therapist would work on in therapy, for example. Have you seen a kid who had some of these problems? Um, do you not quite agree with the way someone has conceptualized something? Does something seem confusing to you? You can talk through these issues. Make it your own. Try to make it meaningful. Try not to just have it be, what you think I want to hear. But try to have a real discourse, a real exchange going back and forth. Little heads up for next week. We're going to start by talking about metalinguistics and school-age pragmatics. And then we will talk about theories of language development. Now, one note, I recorded the lecture on school-age pragmatics. The problem was the top half of my head was cut off. So hopefully you don't find that too distracting. I have some support letters out, so hopefully I can figure out what's going on. I have not yet recorded the theories of language development lecture. I'd like to get that fixed before I record that. Hopefully I will have something by Monday so I can get the lecture up by Tuesday. I'll have the lecture up by Tuesday regardless. If the top of the head thing is still an issue, I'll just go ahead and, excuse me. I will just go ahead and just take my face off. I know you'll be sad if you don't get to see my face, but I think you probably find it helpful, so you feel somewhat connected to your instructor. So I would like it to get there. Second point I want to make. The theories of language development chapter is really quite intense. Not to scare you off or anything, but it is pretty intense. I want you to, you're responsible for reading it, but let me give you some guidance in how to read it. It's going to cover four main theories. It spends most of the time talking about two of the theories. Behaviorism, so like Chomsky or Skinner behaviorism, and something they call transformational generative grammar. That's the Chomsky approach. It's the first two main theories that they talk about. The one is more of the behaviorist, the second one is more of the nativist theory. So read through the introduction of both of those sections. They're really nice, but then when they get into the details of the different theories, particularly the behaviorist theories and the transformational generative grammar theory, it's really, really much more complex than we need to get in this class. So like behaviorism, they talk about all of these behavioral concepts, stimulus and response, and really get into a lot of detail. Just kind of skim through that part. And then they'll get to a part where they talk about the strengths and the limitations, or the limitations and the contributions of the approach, something like that. Read through those parts carefully. Next part, transformational generative grammar, same thing. Read the intro. When it gets into all the different syntax and the contingencies and all of this deep, dark linguistic stuff, just kind of skim through that. Get to contributions of the theory, limitations. The last two, case grammar and pragmatic or speech acts theory, those are straightforward and pretty easy. So a little bit of heads up. I hope you're all having a great week. Hope you have a great weekend, and I will look forward to fully reading your replies and grading those, and moving on to Module 5. We are nearing the end. Hope you're doing well. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please shoot me an email. Bye, y'all.